we've got a world exclusive first play of a brand new track. And I don't know who it is. They've asked for me. I don't know who this is. Is it Aqua? It's not Aqua. Is it September?
Terry, suspicion has got a hold on me. When the green long as we're on the side.
The intermezzo in A, the second of the set, opus 118 by Brahms, played at the Radio France Occitanie festival last July by Alexandre Conter.
BBC Radio 3, the home of classical music.
Join me, Penny Gore, live from Bridgewater Hall in Manchester this Good Friday for a very special anniversary. The BBC Philharmonic and the Manchester Chamber Choir join forces. St John Passion, 300 years since it was written. The drama, bold storytelling and breathtaking music. Bach's St John Passion, Friday afternoon, 4 to 2.
Listen on Radio 3 and BBC Sounds.
Well, that's the end of the week in afternoon concert, but right now, Ilan Volkov conducts the Prague Radio Symphony Orchestra in a concert at the city's Rudolfinum in January this year. A set of symphonic variations by the Bohemian-born Viktor Kalabis, who died in 2006. He wrote this piece in 1954 for the Philharmonic Orchestra. And the main explanation is that the theme is man. At first, guideless, pure, even naive. We don't know what he's going to become. The first
panel gave Mr. Trump, who'd been facing the potential seizure of some of his real estate assets, 10 days to come up with the money. That's the BBC News now with sport. Jonathan McKeith.
Wales manager Rob Page says he'd be lying if he weren't nervous ahead of tomorrow's huge Euro 2024 playoff final against Poland, but says the players are relaxed. The player welfare... A decision wasn't reviewed by the television match official because it was highlighted by a Could it be looked at? Former England international Austin Healey had talked about it. The RFU says it will review the game as it does all Premiership matches. And England's men's cricketers have slipped to the bottom of the World Test Championship standings. That's after Sri Lanka completed a 328-run thrashing of Bangladesh. England's ranking has been hindered by a 19-point... BBC News and Sport, it's 4 minutes past 4.
Jonathan, Harvey, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Give me an R. Oh, give me a Ran. Ran. What have you got? Ryland. Thanks, Ryland. See you tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and rolls up its mat and pads barefoot into the distance. Let's find inner peace as we lunge into it. Your boogie muscles as we stretch your smiles and elongate your grins with a mountain of music and bend your brains with enlightening features. Say namaste at 88,291. As it's a Monday, there's grooves in the start, plus first and last a half. Wow. Joey's excited.
How you doing?
Good, thanks, Joey. Did say.
And if you're a feather in my arm.
I mentioned so that I could have infinite cups of tea. That's my. But if any Grant reviewers are listening, I'd like to also discover dark matter. Thanks.
My name is Ben Miller. I am an actor and a children's author, and I actually have approximately 3/4 of a PhD in solid-state physics. The puzzle I would like any of science to solve is, I'd just like them to write up my PhD for me. And then give me a really easy viva. I mean, really easy. But now, I suppose the question I would like answered, but part of the let's just just get it all out in the open. There's too many particles. Just want to know, is this enough particles now already with the Higgs? Is this the last particle, or are there more of these particles? That's it's not funny, but that is my question.
And this is our panel. I enjoyed that, Big Ben, because in the sound check you said you'd get between a third and a half of a degree. Now you've gone up to three quarters.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to wonder if the fractions were the problem when you were...
It's asymptotic. The number of times I mention my PhD, the closer I get. Today was your first day down, seeing actions there on the event was it? What was it for you?
Well, it was a sort of weird, strangely spiritual experience going down there. And all the stuff leading up to it, it's all quite fun and theatrical. Clara had to have her iris scanned. This is amazing. It sort of preps you for it. So you feel like you're going on a journey to the centre of the Earth where something magical is happening, where people are trying to solve the universe in a giant tube. The sort of magic of that.
Well, that's what we're going to find out today. Is it magic or is it physics?
For listeners that don't know so much about CERN and the Large Hadron Collider and the detectors, could you give us a brief summary of what this machine is, what it does, and how we detect the outcome of the particle collisions?
Yes, so we have the Large Hadron Collider, which is a 27-kilometre long particle accelerator, and it's 100 metres underground. We accelerate using radio frequency cavities, protons and sometimes heavy ions, like strip the electrons away, to very close to the speed of light, and then we smash them together inside essentially giant particle cameras. But they're very complicated detectors that we have developed over many decades in order to study the particles that come from the collision. So when these collisions happen, we use Einstein's equation E equals mc squared, where matter and energy are...
Listen to clips of 3 songs. Here's the first one. If I was to ask you which band is this, would you be able to tell me? If you did say Thin Lizzy, well done. I've got one more for you. Here we go. So any ideas on this song?
Who are responsible, that's Northamptonshire Council and Northamptonshire Integrated Care Board, have this morning said that they accept the findings. They've issued an apology to children and families who have been let down. The leaders of both those organisations said that it is an absolute priority.
And
Ultravox. Okay, one more. Bear with me, okay. I want to play you one more song. So Bob Geldof is often credited with writing Band-Aid. But here is a fabulous fact. Actually, it was the responsibility of 2 people.
Accurately reflect the reality of lived experiences that local families often share with us, and the
music legend Midge. Now, he has been telling me a little bit more about his path into music, which started, I didn't know this, really at home when he was growing up in Glasgow.
I've got nothing but fond memories of the particles of it. I was by North or in North France. Earlier, I spoke to Julie Heron, who lives in Colby and has 2 children with autism. Julie, very good afternoon to you. Welcome to the programme. What's your experience with SEND?
My experience is, I guess, lived experience. It's 2 children who trying to navigate through the schooling system as well as all of the other kind of NHS and everything else system.
We moved out, they knocked it down, so it was pretty ropey.
You've spoken about living in
with different and varying
space, and
I think
just, and you don't give it...
It was in the fourth part. You at the time.
The familiar thing.
The thought that somebody was so affronted by that they're
This report suggests there are one.
It's difficult to comprehend, and I think that's, if you talk to anyone in the investigation, anyone around it, that's the thing that shocks people more than anything. That this is, it's nothing to do with gangs, it's nothing to do with, street crime or something that's happened that's...
We've got standing in front of us, and I want 8% of the business.
Oi, 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 oi. Oh.
What's 2% between friends?
Denise and Kieran.
Yes.
Right.
Oh God, the pause. The pause.
And I'm...
Or
Please don't hate.
We had no musical instruments. You know, my father used to vamp very badly on a piano at his mother's house, my grandparents' house, and he was a bit kind of Les Dawson in that respect. Well, so there wasn't any major musical theme running through our family.
I'm wondering then, how on earth did you discover music?
I could sing. I always had a voice. I don't know where it came from. I could always sing, and I could remember, I'd sing along on the radio, I'd sing along going to school.
Getting loads of press, and also we would be able to create our own narrative. So it might be something we do later on, you never know.
Yeah, no, we'll look out for you. What I love, so there's a BBC News article on you at the moment, and there's a sentence here that I just never thought I'd read. Their invention is designed like a boat to minimise splashback and allows for clothing to come down at the front.
To maybe you've just been on the school run, maybe you just got home from work, maybe you just stepped into the car to head home, and make sure you keep it BBC Radio Silent on this Monday. Don't forget, we've got all the new. So we'll do that for you as well. Anything you spot, you can. 0808 100 3800 is the travel hotline number.
Across this Easter weekend, we have 8 live football commentaries for you.
You're joking.
The business end of the season is away. This Friday as Southampton take on Middlesbrough in the Championship.
Right place! It's free, but that's dangerous.
The film starts.
Yep, sorry.
Hang on.
26th to the 30th of March. Book now for a night you'll never forget. Using more love.
Remember.
Down to and Parliament.
You did it! Do something big.
They're great. Like either that or trash. Flux, a dimmed on flux. A gwir gwir. Skip oedd y ser anner stwffon. A chyfle well hefyd, sa'i di bod yn syni bwtio bach. Come in then, right, I treal flog o stuff. 2% in a block of flats. Leaseholders own the value.
Strobing, alors on. Such a tune. From a few years ago. You know this one?
Yeah.
It's a banger.
speaker for all of these issues. Nobody, as far as we're aware, is happy to come, because there are
Get Jamie to do a version when he's in later.
Brilliant.
Play it out tomorrow. Iranian encore.
So, for anyone who knows that song, basically, it's lots of French words all the way through. It's in French, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're thinking, can we get you to do a version of it, Jamie? Can we get you to just, over this music, just say loads of French phrases?
Yeah, do you want to do it now?
How's your French? Yeah, what do you know in French? We can help it a little bit.
I know loads. Bibliothèque.
Cool.
Bonjour.
Petit Filou.
Petit Filou, ça va?
I feel like your sort of GCSE French could work on this stuff like, où est la banque?
Où est la boulangerie?
Yeah.
There you go.
J'habite à Londres. I live in
great.
London, yeah. And do you know what? Maybe the Radio 1 listeners can message in some of the GCSE French right now, 03700 100 100, and we will get Jamie to do his own version of Allons on danse after Usher and Kissing Strangers.
You would be. Try to forget.
Between the M25 and
So
Mass.
B Radio. I'll bring a cup.
Action with Mia today, and chatting to me about he was involved in the big bang. I want to take a stab at that. Oh no, here we go. Chris in Redcliffe, fastest finger first. Correct.
First up.
One coming up. Well, 3. That's very interesting as well. Very early hours of Sunday morning as well. A player welfare group's called a decision not to check an on-field incident during the rugby union.
A debit card and app made for kids, with 23 learning features, including cashback. Sign up by the 4th.
Rice Summer Village, £9.99 for 1 kilo. Makes 2 for 15.
Nothing.
Not a thing. No wonder broadband switchers choosy. Offer ends 4th of April. New customers 32.5% UK availability. Terms apply.
She's back. Last year there were over 2.
Centre. Broadcasting live on Flick. Throughout Saturday morning and afternoon. Come and join myself.
In Southampton, on St Denis Road, it's taking about 15 minutes to get to Thomas Lewis Way.
Okay, I had a wobble, covered myself in tattoos, and had that moment, which actually I'm allowed to have my tattoos in this for the first job ever. But yeah, I lost a lot of confidence around that time. But it's come back, thankfully, due to friends and supportive people and being given opportunities like this again. I'm very grateful because that's the one thing that the public always kind of stood by me, even though whatever went on in the press and what was reported, they understood that, you know, when you're grieving, you can't really explain what you go through. And people were stopping me and cuddling me on the street.
Part of Sheridan's new show involves her leaving the theatre and acting on the street, collapsing outside the stage.
Years and years, and King, of course, obviously years and years, will be a Eurovision entry for this year. Looking forward to that kind of political time the Eurovision times that we've got a...
Shay's a child, but I obviously...
Probably. I mean,
I bet you're walking around.
Village case.
Like, Amanda, can we have a selfie?
Yes. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah,
I can hear you.
Saying, yeah, can we have a selfie?
Of course, and you appeared on the 20th anniversary of Homes Under the Hammer. Can you hear me, Amanda?
Oh, the connection's gone.
Amanda, can you hear me now? Amanda! Oh, what a shame. We seem to have lost Amanda. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been so much fun chatting to you, and you'll be able to see Amanda Lovett in Pilgrimage.
I'm very proud of my roots and being a Northerner like you.
Sheridan Smith just sounds so lovely and normal, doesn't she? She's been in so many years. 2 pints of lager, do you remember that? And it DC, and then you hear her doing that American accent, and this bit where they have to go out. Of course, which is one of the most read.
Lots of things happen, and yet, you know, everybody class to do aerobics, and you've got all sorts of different spaces, and often it's to do with this is where I go when I'm
Simply Red to play in the next half hour as well. Jay's Cannon at breakfast.
BBC Radio Surrey.
Join me every week and 10 for the Voices of Surrey.
This was horrific.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, which is very welcome. But you're also involved in activity.
I think.
Well, that's surprising.
because cycling is very much your feedback.
I'm really delighted.
Impossible.
Bye, everybody.
Is it a few words?
James Cannon at breakfast.
And weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Sussex.
We're a man for the night.
Your local station, your local news. Swindon 105.5.
£15,460 investment is being made through a government initiative for Swindon Link Centre to improve its energy efficiency and towards eventual running costs. This announcement to ensure young people understand.
Winning non-profit community group. To get tickets, please search for Arlington Arts to go to their website.
West Berkshire Council are highlighting the work which unpaid local carers do and raising awareness of the support available for them. They are also asking people who spend time looking after family members or friends and who may not think of themselves as a carer. .com.
A hate crime is any crime perceived by the victim.
We love relaxing favourites. Love. Easy radio.
Achieve your degree locally. You're listening to Kennet Radio. It's 29 minutes to 5. 6154. Start your text with Simon. Mail if your teacher deserves to be on the board for tomorrow. If it's radio, UK. Now it's 4:30. All the sport.
Yes, Gareth South. And a Declan.
On this Monday afternoon, good afternoon to you. You're with WRFM across Oxfordshire and the Cotswolds. Still our drivers check out this Monday afternoon for you. So soon, drive home. Drive home home.
Have become the latest player to be inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame. Cancelo claimed about his leaving Manchester superiority or inferiority complex. I think City were a bit ungrateful to me when they said that. Rugby Union, and there's outcry after apparent foul play was ignored in Saracens' win over Harlequins at the weekend because it was highlighted by TV pundit Austin Healey. He'd when he but Farrell.
Mike and Cherie on until 7 p.m. on Hits Radio. We're getting you home this tea time, but Angelica, James and Matt will be back tomorrow morning from 6 a.m.
Yeah, and have you heard Hits Radio Live is back for 2024. These are always so good. Do not go. In November, but get your tickets. You won't be disappointed. The lineup is looking stellar. Hitsradio.co.uk, and Louis Walsh is back with Angelica, James and Matt tomorrow morning, along with our Brooke.
And we love this. This is Calvin Harris and Rag and Bone Man, lovers in a past life.
Hey,